Hi, young lady. How are you?
I'm fine. How you doing?
Fabulous. Wonderful.
Hey, you got the new look there.
New look, you know. It's the retiree look, or some would say the homeless look.
No, it looks good. Looks good on you.
Thank you.
I take you on the line to talk with us this evening a little bit.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to have to say anything, but Ryan thought it was a good idea that I participate, and I just want to find out what's going on.
Well, we're kind of back to where you and I began this journey, I think.
I know. See that? Yeah. What's going on? Gee whiz.
Things happen.
They do happen. That's for sure.
Hi, Deb.
Hi, Judy. How are you?
I am fine. I'm just fine. How you doing?
Hanging in there.
Are you doing any teaching or anything like that right now?
I am teaching from home, hence the whiteboard and all of the math manipulatives and stuff. So, yep.
Okay. Well, maybe if our meeting gets a little boring, you can kind of instruct us a little bit.
There you go. Yeah. Well, I just saw the financial stuff come across today. And so, yeah, I could start with my 10 frames and we can put numbers together.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Hey, Mark, how are you?
Hi, Billy.
Hey, Billy.
How's everybody?
Fine. Hey, Billy.
Yes.
This is Judy Buchanan. Congratulations and thank you on the movement that you and Maboko have got in terms of the June celebration.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. It's going to be really good.
You are aware, obviously, of all the unrest and the conversations that do and do not happen. I think that has the potential for bringing people together in a positive way and having some of those important conversations. So I'm really excited.
I agree. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I really do.
Hello, this is Jill.
Hi, Jill.
Hello, Judy. I know you can't see me.
I know, but I know that voice. And thank you for getting me up to speed. I actually found the account.
Okay, wonderful.
It was too obvious, I guess. It was right under my nose.
Well, we'll get on track with that.
Oh, yeah.
It's just everybody has to adjust to change.
Oh, yeah. I've got 3 Gmail accounts, so it's just a matter of rummaging around.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, everyone. Deb, Bill, Judy, Ryan.
I'm going to step away from my desk for just a minute to see if we have anybody shown up in the training room for public comment.
Okay, can everyone hear me now? Okay, there's feedback here. Okay, Martin. Yeah, I'm having problems here, guys.
Are you trying to call in and be on the computer? Yeah. Mhm.
Can you guys hear me, Martin?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here, so I'm not going to be able to see anything. I'm getting tons of feedback here. Anybody a technology expert? Why wouldn't this work? Can you send me the link to my company email and see if that will work? Please, real quick. Sorry, everybody. Okay, thanks. You sent it to the Farm Bureau one, right, Steve? No, send it to my, because it won't work through the company, so I got to get that figured out. Can you send it to the Farm Bureau one, rwhitehouse@ilfb.org? rwhitehouse@ilfb.org, like IllinoisFarmBureau.org. ilfb.org. What is that? Okay, can you hear me now? I don't know. You can hear me? Okay. God, I'm about to say something bad there. Okay, I apologize. Wow. Thought I was better at technology than this. I don't know why. Okay, Jill, will you please call the roll, please?
Yes, sir. Trustee Judy Buchanan,
Here.
Trustee Linda Foster,
Present.
Vice Chairman Julie Heil,
Here.
Trustee Tim McHugh, Trustee Deb Presley,
Here.
City of Bloomington Deputy City Manager Billy Tyus,
Hello, someone, did I go
Here.
dead again?
Billy Tyus,
Here. Can you hear me? Here.
yes.
Okay.
Town of Normal Manager Pam Reed,
Here.
Chairman Ryan Whitehouse. Ryan,
Ryan, you're muted. Still muted, Ryan.
Okay, Julie, Ryan's gonna work on his setup, and he asked if you could run the meeting for him in the interim. So, and you're on mute right now.
Right. I'm happy to do that. I'm gonna need some help, Martin, on Robert's rules. Judy, maybe you can help me there as well. And let me pull up my agenda.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
So am I being muted by somebody? I mean, from staff here, because I was on and then it's getting muted. Like, you're not muting the callers, are you? Okay, I don't know. Well, if I cut out again.
We can hear you though now,
Yeah.
Ryan.
Okay, I apologize. Okay. Any public comments, Jill?
No, sir.
No, sir, or, I'm sorry, did you say?
No public comment.
Okay, thank you. That will take us to our consent agenda. You're gonna have to speak, because I can't see anybody. Can I get a motion in a second?
Don't move.
Moved by who?
Buchanan.
Okay, second by,
Second by Presley.
okay, thanks, Judy and Deb. Any questions or comments, or Martin, do you have anything on any of the statistical data that's out of spot?
No, not at this time. The data and everything is very similar to what it was last month, as far as ridership is concerned.
Ryan.
Any questions?
I'm up
Yeah.
here with you.
Ryan,
Linda, is that you?
it's Buchanan.
Okay, yep, Judy.
Item 4, the Cardinal Infrastructure Federal Report. What is the status right now of funding? Is it that the U.S. House has approved something, but not the Senate, or can you help me out there? What are we hearing?
That's an addendum. I'll have to look, Judy, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I don't know that report off the top of my
Okay.
head, Judy. I'm sorry.
I know there's been some delay in moving it completely through.
Oh,
And-
you mean with the new stimulus?
Yeah, with the new
Yeah,
CARES.
there's no action in the House.
Okay.
And so since it's an appropriation, it needs to start, so no
That's not the answer
action.
I was looking for, but thank you.
Yep. Any other questions or comments? You gotta speak. So, okay, if not, Jill, please call the roll.
Trustee Buchanan,
Aye.
Trustee Foster,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Heil,
Aye.
Trustee McHugh, Trustee Presley,
Aye.
Chairman Whitehouse.
Aye. Motion passes. That takes us into new business. Item 1, the financial audit presentation from Clifton Larson Allen LLP. Can I get a motion are we approving this, Martin?
Yeah, this is a presentation from them, so they'll be providing oversight of their findings and fiscal year closing of FY 20.
So do we need a motion on this or not?
No, sir.
Okay, so, go ahead and present. I can't see it, but.
Okay, yeah, we have Clifton Larson Allen. We'll have Adam Pulley there as their principal, and Sandy Cook. And they'll be presenting, and Steve Stockton from our IT will be handling the slideshow and the screen share.
All right, very good. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, see head nods, perfect. Well, thank you very much. As Mr. Glaze mentioned, I'm Adam Pulley, principal with Clifton Larson Allen, here to present the 6/30/20 audit results. And you'll have to apologize. I might be looking off screen or kind of down below at my notes as I present, but honestly, this should be pretty pretty brief, pretty high level here. That said, we'll go to slide 2, just to go over the terms of the engagement, just more of a refresher than anything. You know, our job as the external auditor is to express an opinion on the system's financial statements as of June 30th, 2020. So, you know, expressing an opinion is not looking at every transaction. It is looking at the financials as presented for the year end, the activity during the year. We test in a realm of an arena of materiality, as well as sampling. So needless to say, we don't look at every transaction. We also report on internal controls under government auditing standards, as well as testing over federal grant major programs. To specify, we don't express an opinion on internal controls. We do take internal controls into consideration. And of course, if we come across any deficiencies or things of that nature, we will potentially note a finding. Also, we summarize any of those audit findings, observations, recommendations, things like that, that would be noteworthy to share with either management or the Board of Trustees. Looking at the next page, next slide. As far as the audit scope, what we've done in the past is identify a few of the areas that we consider to be of higher risk that we spend a little more time looking at. Honestly, these sections are no different than what we have looked at, what we looked at last year. Though I will say, when we were assessing risk, it probably comes as no surprise as we did take COVID into consideration. If there were any potential drops in controls or slips through the cracks, since most everybody is having to, you know, either rotate or change their staffing a little bit. Potentially, there would be, sorry, I'm hearing something in the background there. Or there would be potentially drops in internal controls from going into a remote environment. So we did take that into consideration as we were performing our audit. On the next page, basically the long and the short of it are audit results. We did issue an unmodified or a clean audit opinion. That is the best opinion we can give. That is the opinion that you would want. On both the financial piece as well as in accordance with government auditing standards and the Uniform Grant Guidance, which is the federal grant compliance piece. We identified no findings, no recommendations, anything like that, which really leads to this presentation being more brief and more short than others when there's no findings or anything to go over in that matter. So the next couple pages, I will go ahead and go to page or slide 5. Again, this is more for reference than anything else. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this. It does compare revenue of the current year along with the breakouts for the past couple of years. You can see the blue bar is going to be 2020 revenues broken out, so on and so forth. For your benefit or your reference, the total revenues for 2020 was about 14.3 million compared to 13.8 in FY19. If you look at the different categories, no surprise, passenger fares were a little bit down, which led to being covered more by some of the federal operating grants. Otherwise, I don't know if there's a whole lot of big shifts. The Illinois capital grants kind of in the middle there. There were some capital purchases in FY19 that obviously did not take place during FY20. The next slide is going to be the expense side of things. Once again, just to give you context with totals, 2020 was about almost 14.9 in total expenses. 2019, we're looking at about 14.1. But realistically, once again, as you kind of look at the different categories, you know, the salaries and payroll went up a little bit, repairs and maintenance, but for the most part, there were not gigantic swings in the expense category. So again, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this slide. The next page is touching on the governance communication letter. So besides our audit opinions and the financial statements that we issued, we are also required to issue a letter to governance, which is our opportunity to express to the board if there are any significant delays that came up during the audit, any disagreements with management, really any noteworthy items. But again, there were no findings, no recommendations, no audit adjustments, no issues. That this language is really boilerplate this year, and there's just nothing noteworthy to really go over, honestly. That said, that's really about all I had for the presentation. Like I said, it can be pretty short and pretty brief when there's not findings or items to go through and recommendations to give. So that said, this was it was a different audit this year than it has been in the past. So we certainly appreciate Pat and everybody else's patience with us as we kind of conducted more of this remotely than we had in the past. But I think it went okay. So want to thank everybody that we worked with this year. Happy to answer any questions that anybody might have.
Any questions? Anybody have any questions? Martin, any comments?
No, I just want to thank staff. Thanks Patrick and his team. I don't know how many years in a row this is that we've had 0 suggestions or findings, and he just keeps it going every year. So I just want to appreciate the hard work and dedication his team has done every year.
Yeah, let me second that, Pat. As long as I've been there and you've been there, it's like been perfect. So great job, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other comments? Pat, do you have any comments or anything?
No. I just want to thank everybody that helped put this together, and thank Clifton Larson Allen for kind of making a special arrangements and not having to come here too often. And we were able to do a lot of this online, so that we wouldn't have to have them in the office. So, but they did come in every once in a while just to review some records. So yeah, everything went well this year.
Thanks, Pat. Okay, and if nothing else, we'll move on to new business item 2, recommendation for continued suspension of fares. Can I have a motion? Say your name, please. Motion? Motion to approve? Julie Heil moves. Can I get a second, please?
Second, Buchanan.
Second, Buchanan. Any, Martin, I think it's pretty simple, but do you have any comments to read on this, Martin?
No, the biggest thing is staff had recommended that we take the fares month by month. Since we're going into the winter months, we do not see anything major changing that would lead staff to recommend that we go back to fares during the summer months in coordination with the flu and the rising numbers. So staff is saying, let's let the public know now that we will extend the free fares to right before the beginning of spring, and then we'll again reassess at that time.
Any comments from trustees? Okay, if not, Jill, will you call the roll, please, to approve?
Trustee Buchanan,
Aye.
Trustee Foster,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Heil,
Aye.
Trustee McHugh, Trustee Presley,
Aye.
Chairman Whitehouse.
Aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Item 3, recommendation for authorized signatories. A motion to approve.
Presley, so moved.
Presley moves. Can I get a second?
Second from Heil.
Heil seconds. Martin, any comments? Or Pat, or whoever's making. Patrick, any comments? Or Martin?
Basically, every check that Connect writes, whether it's paying an invoice or paying employee, requires 2 signatures. Those individuals are not always in the office. So we like to have 3. We've had 3 for several years now. I was the 3rd signatory. So what we're asking is the board to approve Shelley Perry, our operations manager, to be the new signatory, approved with Dave White and Steve Stockman.
Any questions from the trustees or city managers? Any questions? Okay, Jill, please call the roll.
Trustee Buchanan,
Aye.
Trustee Foster,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Heil,
Aye.
Trustee Presley,
Aye.
Chairman Whitehouse.
Aye, motion is approved. On to item 4, recommendation for adoption of agency safety plan. Vice Chairman Heil, would you like to make the motion to approve this?
I would indeed. Thank you.
Yep.
So moved.
Made by Julie Heil. Second.
Second.
Can I get a second by Linda Foster?
Okay.
Martin, comments on this, or why don't we walk through this since it's a safety plan, and I know this is near and dear to Julie's profession. So why don't we take some time and talk about just a quick update on this?
Sure. And I would actually like to turn it over to Dave. I see Dave was able to make it back. He had taken a mechanic to get their CDL testing, so it looks like he returned and he's on the call. So if he can jump in and kind of give an overview of this, he'll do it much more justice than I will.
Okay, Dave, it's all yours.
Can everybody hear me okay? Okay. Sorry about the background noise. I'm actually on a bus on Interstate 74 heading back to Wilmington Normal right now. What we've got here is an agency safety plan which was required by Federal Transit Administration going into 2021. This was originally a plan that was supposed to be adopted and in place in July of this year. However, the COVID situation, pandemic outbreak, we saw pretty early on, towards the end of March, beginning of April, that this was push mask and FDA.
Dave, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. We're having trouble hearing you, so I might cut you off, and I'll just try and take care of it. I appreciate your dedication and doing it on the bus, but it's not coming through very well on here. All right. So sorry about that. Seems he is still on the bus on his way back. So the agency safety plan is now a requirement that was put in place by the Federal Transit Administration. The original due date was this July. Because of COVID and the pandemic, they had pushed and extended the deadline to December 31st. To ensure that, again, with everything going on, any changes or additions that needed to be made were included. Overall, the plan identifies who's accountable, who has the ultimate responsibility of developing the plan, maintaining the plan, and implementing the plan. The plan itself basically takes any safety related action and evaluates it and determines the appropriate cause of action and the appropriate guidelines for safety implementation. It does require a comprehensive program and development for all employees, and it takes a proactive approach rather than a reactive approach. If anyone has any questions, hopefully I can answer those, or possibly Dave if he has a clear call.
Okay, thanks, Martin. Julie, I'll start with you if you have any questions or any comments.
First of all, just thank you for your timely completion of this plan. Lots of agencies are working on these plans at this time, and it's really good work. It's bringing public transit forward in this country in a way that I'm really happy about. Martin, can you speak a little bit for us to what the performance targets? Can you give us examples when you talk about performance targets? What are the ones that you all have set for the plan that we are approving this evening?
Sure. So for most of ours, they deal with injuries, whether they be internal or external. Which ones can we mitigate? Which ones are difficult to mitigate? Our area is very safe. I would say from a small agency perspective, we don't have as many, injuries, slip and falls as a large city would have. But those are some of the metrics that we put into place is, what are preventable accidents, what are accidents that, were hard to prevent, preventable accidents, non-preventable accidents, major accidents. Those are some of the main ones that we do as far as just on an overall yearly basis. Others are going to be more specific. So if, a very new implementation comes in, so, the electric buses, when we implement and bring in the electric buses, what is the safety risk of those that are maintaining the units? What's the safety risk of those that are plugging in the units? Those that are working on the batteries behind it. I think Dave's trying to give me a little more. As I had said before, the injuries, there's fatalities. Luckily, we've had none of those. Number of events, type of events, and miles between major maintenance issues. So again, those are some of the yearly ones that are just always going to be standardized. And then you're going to have your very event specific ones that will be put in place anytime something needs to be evaluated prior to implementation.
One of the types of events that APTA has a very close eye on right now is operator assaults. Mm-hmm. And certainly in the time of COVID, there have been tensions on various modes of public transit nationally. We had one event, as I recall, last year that I don't think we called it an assault, but it was definitely a scary experience for one of our operators. I'm presuming that since we haven't heard anything more on this front, that since then it's been quiet?
Yes. I believe at one instance we had a passenger make contact with one of the driver's shields that we had. And really that was one of the reasons why in the past we hadn't gone to driver shields. They're more designed for, very large markets. It almost invites, that type of behavior because there is a barrier. People are, more prone or more open to make contact with that than they are a person. So sometimes that invites that conflict. And really, I believe the event you were talking about and, one other incidents are the only ones that I'm aware of at all.
Martin?
Judy? Yep.
Yes. Thank you. I do appreciate the language of the proactive approach, and it sounds like you're doing that based upon our history and the safety of our drivers and our passengers. I was interested in. Are there particular measures that we either have taken or you will be moving forward with in terms of safety of our passengers?
In terms of anything specific, trip, fall, assaults, COVID?
Yeah, really all of the above. I think we're all more aware of the risk to our health and our well-being when it comes to some of the violence we see in our communities.
Sure. We take an approach for each one that's different. Slip and falls, we try and address with different materials. We try and evaluate what type of flooring is on the buses and look for new materials that hold up better, that have better ratings, better resources. We'll look for, better railing systems for people to hold on to. As far as driver interactions, we work on de-escalation training. So we'll actually bring in a professional to, teach our drivers, to talk to our supervisors and our dispatchers on how to handle those situations. And then, the COVID, that's ever evolving. We're looking at best practices throughout the industry. Obviously, we've had the private market, trying to sell all sorts of things. It's an opportunity for them to push products that are either new or, we're out there, and we're really relying on case studies and again, feedback from the industry to find out which are the best options out there, and we're not just buying something to buy it.
Are there some specific de-escalation best practices that are available through, for example, the American Public Transit Association or others? Because that is an area where we have found others in our community, have run into some difficulty because they weren't prepared.
Yes, I'm not exactly sure where Dave had hired that. I'm seeing if he's texting me. I know he's listening still. But yeah, we had hired an individual that's come out over the past, I think, 3 years now. They have done train the trainer, so they'll train our individual staff members, but then they'll also come back and do the training themselves. Other things that, Dave had mentioned is, the bus stop improvements. Obviously, we're working on that to reduce slip and falls, new signage with synchromatics and putting them on the bus. So we're doing the live updates, the live social feeds, detours, and things of that nature. So we can make people that are on the bus aware in real time if there are any, immediate emergency actions that need to be presented to them.
Thank you.
Deb?
So I was wondering what type of maybe statistics or that you would be gathering that would separate out Connect Mobility from the fixed routes, because safety issue for the Connect Mobility population may look a little different. And second part would be on communication, especially because many of the individuals on the Connect Mobility routes aren't able to fully communicate maybe what has occurred or indicate at the time that, they are injured or something has happened. And so how do you then communicate to their responsible guardian or adult or something like that to make sure that all of the bases are covered?
Sure. So obviously with that service, it's definitely more one-on-one. So if there are individuals that need additional, guidance or oversight, then usually that's set up throughout the process. So we'll know if a guardian needs to be informed of everything that's going on, pickups, drop-offs, anything out of the ordinary, things to look at, to kind of watch over, any signs that are red flags that we need to know about. And all that stuff's protected under HIPAA. So again, we're able to kind of individualize that oversight and safety much better than we are on the fixed route. So any additional precautions, any additional steps, again, those are all communicated all the time. When each trip is occurring, when the person is set up in the system, it's always occurring and it's always fluid.
Thanks.
Okay, any other comments or questions on that from the trustees? Okay, seeing none. Jill, call the roll.
Trustee Buchanan? Trustee Buchanan?
Aye.
Trustee Foster?
Aye.
Vice Chairman Heil?
Aye.
Trustee Presley?
Aye.
Chairman Whitehouse?
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Item F, item 5 under new business, board recommendation for interim general manager contract. Martin, I do want to go into executive session on this just for a few minutes to give an update to the board. So do we need to do that now, or do you want me to table this until, well, I would suggest we just do this now, right?
Yeah, I would do it now.
Okay, Jill, I need a motion to go into in a second to go into executive session, correct?
Yes.
Moved by Buchanan. Can I get a second?
Second by Presley.
Thanks for saying your name. Second by Presley. Jill, call the roll.
Trustee Buchanan?
Aye.
Trustee Foster?
Aye.
Vice Chairman Heil?
Aye.
Trustee Presley?
Aye.
Chairman Whitehouse?
Okay. Jill, please call the roll for back to
Regular session. Trustee Buchanan,
Here,
Trustee Foster,
Here.
Vice Chairman Heil,
Here.
Trustee Presley, Deb, City Manager Billy Tyus,
Here.
Town of Normal Manager Pam Reese,
Here.
Chairman Ryan Whitehouse.
here. Okay, thanks. Back to new business. Item 5, board recommendation for interim general manager contract to be executed effective starting tomorrow. Can I get a motion to approve?
I move.
Wait.
Kyle?
Julie Heil moves. Can I get a second?
Buchanan second.
Cannon second. Any comments? Okay, hearing none. Jill, please call the roll.
Trustee Buchanan,
Aye.
Trustee Foster,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Heil,
Aye.
Trustee Presley,
Aye.
Chairman Whitehouse.
Aye, motion passes. That's good. Staff will make that announcement either later today or tomorrow. So, okay, with that, Martin, item G, General Manager's Report. Can you give us an update on item 1, update on Connect Transit's website redesign?
Yes. So the website redesign was a topic we had discussed at the last board meeting. I wanted to update all trustees that we are still in the process of evaluating services. We want to be very thorough and really take it item by item to ensure that what we end up with is exactly what we want, has the full accessibility that we want, and provides all the options that we want. So we're not trying to rush awarding this contract. So hopefully by next month, we'll have that winning bidder or winning contractor, and we'll bring that to the board. But at this time, again, we are very diligently assessing all of the options, accessibility and everything for each of these and getting quotes.
Okay. Any questions on that issue? Hearing none. Item 2, update on Better Bus Stops campaign, Martin.
Okay, so at the last board meeting, we updated the trustees that 31 stops were contracted for construction. I'm happy to announce that 7 have already been constructed. I'm sorry, 5 have been constructed, 2 are framed out and ready to be poured, and the others are ready to start. The rain that was coming kind of put a little damper on it, but we'll get those going. As far as the spring stops, the Nepa evaluations, all the data is being collected and will be sent to the FTA in the next 2 weeks. FTA will then evaluate the Nepa data and provide approval. Once that's given, then we can use those federal grants that we had received to pay for the upcoming spring construction of those stops. And then hopefully in December, we'll issue an RFP for the design work of FY22 stops.
Great. Any questions on the federal bus stop campaign?
I just always want to say thank you. Love it.
Okay, thanks. That takes us to item I, trustees comments. And if you'll give me the privilege, I'd like to start with this, with just recognizing Martin. I know this is Martin's last meeting, and Martin has been, invaluable to this company and started, and Isaac made him his number 2, and then he, willingly took over the interim GM and has kept the ball rolling. That's a lot of change, and has kept the ball rolling and has done a phenomenal job at it. And I know that he's has an opportunity that is too good to pass up. So I don't hold it in anything ill will towards him. I don't blame him for not taking it. And so I just want to thank you, Martin, for what you've done for the system. We appreciate what you've done. I personally appreciate what you've done. And I guess any other comments on that before we go to anything else?
I would like to also say that I'm very much appreciative of all the work that you've done, Mart, and our growing relationship. You're just getting started. Appreciate working with your CTAC and other committees, and just appreciate your efforts and your commitment. Thank you.
And I can follow that too, Linda, because I think Martin's availability during our discussion, he attended most meetings and spent late night hours, early morning hours trying to respond to questions from our work group members as they did their work. So thank you. And I think those kind of relationships said a lot about you and about Connect Transit. So thank you and good luck.
I would add my thanks and really just echo comments others have made. The availability during Connect to the Future, Martin, was invaluable on so many fronts. And I have personally appreciated your sort of putting your own stamp on the GM's job while you have been in seat. The regular communications and just your style of leadership has been a nice mesh for me, and I've appreciated it a lot. And I wish you all the best.
Okay, I can't see anything else. So any other trustees' comments?
This is Trustee Presley, and sorry, I was losing connectivity, so I'm not sure what happened in the last minute or so, but I too wanted to offer thanks to Martin for all of the dedication he's had to public transportation here in Bloomington Normal, and I'm very glad that I got to work with you over the last many years. I know that your heart has always been in the right place, and I enjoy the time that we've spent poring over numbers sometimes, and for you helping me to become prepared for this position as we worked through the Connect to the Future group. So thank you, Martin. Best of wishes in Texas. I hope that the new position offers you everything that you're looking for.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been lucky over the past 7 years to see a lot and go through a lot, work with many different key staff members and many board members. A few of you are new to the board, but luckily I got to work with you in the past prior to becoming a board member. So I appreciate all of your time and effort on being on the board. It means a lot. Connect Transit means a lot to this community. It means a lot to every staff member here, every employee here. I will always value my time here. I do feel bad of the timing. Unfortunately, I couldn't control that timing. Otherwise, I would have picked a better time. But I will miss everyone here, and I will miss this community.
Thanks, Martin. Everyone will miss you too. Any other trustee comments? One last time. Any other trustee comments? Okay, with that, City Manager or Pam or Billy, any comments?
No, nothing here. Sorry.
No,
Pam.
this is Pam. I have nothing to add either. Thanks.
Okay. With that, I'll take a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion that we adjourn.
Motion by Linda Foster. Can I get a second?
Cannon second.
Second. Linda, call the roll. Jill, I'm sorry.
Trustee Buchanan,
Aye.
Trustee Foster,
Aye.
Vice Chairman Heil,
Aye.
Trustee Presley,
Aye.
Chairman Whitehouse.
Aye, we are adjourned. Martin, best of luck to you, buddy. Sorry we couldn't have done this in person. See you. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.
Martin,
Bye.
when is your last day? When are you done?
Friday.
Thanks for all you've done.
Thank you.
Have a safe move. Take good care.
All right, I will. Thank you.
And
Keep
be
us
safe.
in touch.